Hey guys, I was listening to Levi before I went live, far beyond my thought process. Hey Damien, Colleen, how goes it? Unfinished? So unfinished commented first. God, 7:13. Oof. How are you guys? Oh, I yes and no. I got allergies and crap, so there's no telling. I might, or I'll just wake up in the morning and feel fine. Allergies kick my ass a lot, but dealt with that since I was about 19. Got a bunch of people at work, and well, not I'm sorry, not at work, but one guy left with COVID, this new strain. Then a couple customers they said they had went out of town and come back and then started feeling bad. So everybody's coming down with this new strain of Rona. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully everybody will start coming in here shortly. I need to start scheduling my lives a little sooner in the week rather than the same day. I know it's been a couple crazy days at work. Cool, bro. No problem. Bronchitis, blah, 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 bronchiolitis. Yeah, bronchitis. Whatever. Can't talk. I typically, I mean, if I do get sick, I really don't get real sick. I can normally turn around and feel better within a day or two, if anything. Now, what was it? Last October, um, I had COVID, and of course, I had to take my 10-day vacation from work, but it was all paid by whatever it was. And I think, yeah, whichever. I don't think I felt bad till like the seventh day in, and then it lasted a day or two. But honestly, the only part that drove me crazy about having the Rona was I lost my taste. I couldn't taste my ribs that I smoked on my smoker. I think that pissed me off more than anything. That sucked. And my daughters, on the other hand, two of them, when they get head colds or whatnot, it turns into bronchitis. But me and my other daughter, we typically don't get sick. But I do have allergies. I think we took the trip to Sykeston, not this past year, but year before. Didn't have a touch of any issues whatsoever from the time we left Ohio. Not one freaking problem, not one sniffle, sneeze, cough, nothing. But as soon as we got back into our bubble over here, it almost felt it instantly. It sucked. As soon as we start creeping back close to Cincinnati, it starts getting that way. I had the weirdest case of Rona. I would break out in hives around 2 p.m. every day for 3 weeks. What the hell? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, all I got was a bad freaking headache. And the only thing that helped was whiskey. I tried everything. They said not to take ibuprofen. I took a shit ton of them. Couldn't get the headache to go away. Tried Tylenol. I tried everything. And I said, to hell with it. I grabbed my whiskey and took a shot. And all of a sudden, it started easing up. And I'm like, huh, 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 huh. So I went and I took another shot. And, yep, that was the cure. What's up, Twisted? I'll look at something here. What did I put on my it's not there. We're gonna not a whole lot, man. Just getting started. So Levi still got his live going. Talking about nitrogen burning engines. Me and Colleen talking about the Rona. What's up, Dan? This weirdo weather we got back and forth with these weird ass temperatures. It does affect my head sometimes. But also going in and out of a hot shop, sweating, and going out and grabbing another car, bringing it in. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Did a pad slap out there in the 07 Expedition. Saturday, I don't think it was that bad out, if I remember right. JB, what's up, dude? The rear pads, yeah, those would be a little bit more difficult, but still, I don't think Saturday was that bad out. How's JB doing? Man, I wish I had my phone up the other night. There was a damn police chase through my neighborhood. A couple APs were chasing somebody. Damn little car was loud as hell. But Missed it. It was probably 2 a.m. That car woke me up. Air Force Police. Yep. Yeah, there was two cruisers chasing somebody. Man, that little car was loud as hell. But my phone was off. No way I could have. I mean, I guess I could have got dressed and went out and looked for them, but I wasn't doing that. It was 2 a.m. I was tired. Not sure what the hell's going on with work, but man, I'm telling you what, we went from a few cars here and there to everybody shit breaking. I'm going to record a short tomorrow that is I think it's a 12 Jeep. I want to say it's a Cherokee, I believe. Maybe it might be a Liberty. I didn't really go out to get a look at it. Got a carb bowl leak from hell. Oh no. That sucks. On what carb is it, JB? I once seen Cincy PD chase an 80s four-wheel drive Nissan up the street, turned on the scanner, and he ended up getting away. Damn. Well, they don't happen very often. Well, I got this Jeep that a lady allegedly, the way she was talking, she hit a parked car. Tore the whole spindle and everything off this car. But quick clip of it tomorrow morning and post it. Guys, let me know what you think because it looks pretty bad. Well, in the 90s, Dan, I jumped a 390. The thing just started leaking around the bolt out of nowhere. Oh, that definitely happens. Oh, sorry. 390. What carbs that got on it? Is that oh hell. I can't remember the damn name of it. It looks like a Holly 2-barrel or something. There's a Motorcraft carburetor. Patched it 3 times. Holy shit. But anyway, in the 90s, I was jumping a hill in my Camaro. That's a 4-barrel Holly. Huh. So the screw itself or the bolt hole in the metering block, or the main body? They got the blue gaskets and the copper gaskets, and I always used the blue gaskets because they were far superior over the cork. Unfinished, how goes it, man? The gasket on the bolt, yeah. Golly, apparently not well enough, JB. But anyway, I was jumping a hill over here by the old Kmart on Burkhart and Woodman, and I mean this hill right by the old train tracks, you could get airborne like crazy. Waiting on the coils to put in. Oh, Healy coils. Okay. Yep, love me some Healy coils. So I was jumping this thing and was getting some good air time, and Riverside decided to holler at me and tell me to stop. So I turned around and hit it one more time, and he come after me. So I busted ass through a back street and ended up in a friend's garage and closed the door. That's the only time I've ever done that. I'll never do it again. I was scared shitless for weeks. Fabulous, better than some, worse than others. And absolutely correct, Unfinished. JB, I bet you I've got 10, 12 different helicoil kits. I've got quarter 20, which that's what the Hollies take. But I've got so many other helicoils for doing all kinds of other stuff. You launched the 77 Colt. It was a blast. Oh, dude, it was fun as shit. I couldn't get enough of it, but they said that I was not allowed to do that. Jumped a 70 olds over some tracks one day. 8 foot in the air. Holy shit. Yeah, I wouldn't do that again either. No, I was probably a foot in the air maybe, but it wasn't enough where it was crashing down real hard. I could just feel the car, floating for a second. So I was not 8 foot in the air. That's crazy. Worst thing I did was using nuthead bolt on them. Yeah, over tighten them. Yeah. Yeah, it used to have the old flathead screws in it, which, it was hard to over tighten, but um, front end gave up the ghost. The engine knocked. Huh? I think ever see that video of the 80s Buick jumping the track and flying 20 feet? Yeah. When I was working on my Holly, I had the 5/16 bolts. I would try to just snug them down and not crank on them, but I still ended up messing one up, and I had to helicoil it. An 84 Skylark and get some good air. Too long of a story, too tight, but my mom played Smokey and the Bandit with some cops on the way home from the movie. Small town, she knew the cop. Ah, yeah, well, that's always nice. JB, they stop knocking if you unplug the spark plug on that cylinder. Yeah, it was a good movie. I never actually ran from the cops after that, but I did jump a few more railroad tracks and bridges and things. They're way, way back before they rebuilt Fairfield Road. It used to actually kind of jot through some wood line and over a creek. And as it went up that bridge over the creek, there was a hell of a jump right there that we'd always jump that. You could jump it going up and you're okay, but if you jumped it going down, you were scraping the nose and everything. So I didn't do it the other direction. White Lightning is a good car movie. No one talks about that one. I'll have to look that one up. Cunningham Road and Indian Hill might have been fixed by now. Though. Yeah, everybody's fixing all those hills. They're taking all the fun away. Let's see. White lightning. Who the hell is that? Oh, Burt Reynolds. No shit. Yeah. Hey, Turbo Tom, what's happening? They're cheating Darwin. That's evolution. How's that got to do with any cars or jumps? Oh shit. Yeah, Levi popping up in here.
Hey,
What's up, man?
how are you?
No, not bad, dude. How are you?
I'm here. I went
You're-
live before you, and me and Turbo Tom got talking for like ever, and I'm like, he's going live at some point. I'm like, I look down at the clock. I'm like, oh, he's live. All right, let's end this.
I just
Yes,
I
I was
just saw
talking to
your
Rob.
chat pop up over here.
Brooke says hi.
Howdy, Brooke. I heard her.
You can hear that?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a pretty good mic.
I heard her talking about her whatever disorder too just before I clicked over to my live.
Your disorder.
No mental disorder, nothing. Just I'd heard her, you know.
That's between you and me.
Around. Old MacDonald. What's up, man?
As a car. Funny names.
Yeah, we were talking about jumping cars and
Oh, jump it.
yeah.
Funny. I'm glad you say that. Speaking of the devil.
Talking shit, are you?
No.
So I
Would
bought
never.
a Copart membership.
Or what?
Copart. It's a like place that sells like insurance, like cars that like people wreck.
We're trying to
Yes.
save money.
Yeah, but I'm trying to buy stuff cheap and like ramp it and then part it out and try and make money. Yeah, I bought.
Oh, geez.
I bid on a. Well, I'm going to bid. It's happening tomorrow. The auction is
Yeah.
a cargo van, like a Chevy
Mhm.
cargo van. It's got a 4.8 LS engine in it. It's I don't know where we're gonna put it. Hopefully, like upside down or something like. And we got a Bobcat, and I have a field that's empty with nothing but dirt.
Prime.
You know, creative minds. Come on,
Absolutely.
What would you do?
Yep. I'd use it up.
right? Well, it's got 3/4 ton axles under it, so it's going to be good for a jump at least once. You know,
Oh, now you'll be able to hit. Well, that depends. Your once, if it's 10 foot in the air, it's going to be once.
well, I don't know how far we can go up without injuring the people inside. That's my problem. I don't want to hurt myself trying to make.
Well, and it's
content.
like I was, when I ran from the cops one time, long time ago, I was jumping a hill just up the road from me here, and I could get a foot off the ground in the Camaro, but it wasn't enough where it hurt the car.
Yeah.
But the cops told me to stop, so I hit it one more time on the way home, and they decided to come after me. So, I wasn't getting, big air. I was about a foot off the ground at most.
Well, I thought maybe so. Have you ever watched the? There's an event. I don't know where exactly it's at. I think it's up north somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They ramp cars off the side of a cliff.
Hell yes, I've seen that.
Kind of like a similar setup to that, except
Yeah.
no hill, like no
Okay.
cliff, just like a ramp and then like a slingshot or something. The problem is stopping the car. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Because like the field is like 400 feet long, and then it's state road. So I don't want to get cops involved.
Dylan Kyle will not be participating in that.
You're right. I won't be. It'll be a dummy that's in the driver's seat with a rock on the gas pedal.
Well, see, and how they're doing that jump is, it's on a track and a cable.
Yeah.
So, and then it hits the bottom of a hill, so it stops.
Yeah. I don't have that.
Yeah,
Well,
and then I wouldn't.
I do. Technically, I do. It's just the run. It's like I think it's 100 foot wide before the
Mhm.
actual hill comes. So like
Yeah.
100 feet's not gonna gain you enough speed to be cool. I don't think
Ish.
cool-ish. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
ramping anything's cool, but
Absolutely.
like I want to see like big air.
You can watch it, but you're not doing it.
I would if I'm launching it off a cliff. I'm not getting inside the thing.
No.
That would be really dumb.
Look, you do some pretty dumb things already.
Well, if
I'm
we
not-
see you strapped in there, we'll know Brooke did it because she was pissed at you.
Yeah, that's it. I got to come up with a mannequin or something, then throw in there.
Put Kevin's motorcycle guy in.
Oh, I forgot about him. That's a good idea.
I think the roof of the cars we jumped forward to the
You're
tops of
hilarious.
our heads.
Yeah, so I had a Honda Civic
There
that
you go. Tom's got an idea.
dig a deep ditch. Well, I do have access to a lot of excavating tools, but
And you got a Bobcat.
that's a lot of time just to throw a car off a cliff. Now, if I had like 10 or 15 cars, totally worth it.
Stumbling in. Let's see. More.
Right after the rear axle will do it. Oh, to make it
Huh?
land? Is that what he's saying?
Possibly. Normally,
that-
Dan has more detail than that. I'm not sure what he means.
I think he's probably trying to like say like what the Dukes of Hazzard people did, trying to like make the car not land like this or this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, engine weight will make it heavy on the front. So yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, with what I want to do, the problem is I need like a kill switch too, like something I can run up on the car and kill it. Because
Nah.
I want to keep the engine after it if I get it.
Oh, well, yeah, that's
Like the transmission and the engine's the most valuable thing in the cargo van,
yeah.
at least to me.
Because typically, you run them off the hill and they're wide open throttle for a few seconds, and
Yeah, I don't
when they
want
hit
that.
the ground, they're still revving the hell out of them.
But it would be cool. Even just to jump something like a few feet in the air, I think would be a cool video.
Oh, dude, we jumped a Subaru. What was that? Not a Brat. What the hell was it? Subaru. Was it an
Like
Outback, maybe?
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like a 4-door with like a little bed, kind of.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a hatchback.
Oh, a
It
Forester?
was Forester. That's what it was. So they got, the heavy equipment trailers.
Yeah.
Well, they would back up to a dirt hill that they made. So they would drive the big equipment up on the trailer. Well, we decided to use that ramp with this Subaru.
Oh God, that poor car.
We bent the car in half, but the son of a bitch still drove.
That's impressive. Send that
Yeah.
to Subaru. That'd be a commercial. Speaking of that,
Ended up blowing a head gasket before we actually stuck it on the tow truck and scrapped it.
That's-
Dude, it was
you know
fun
what?
as hell.
that's typical for them cars. I feel like.
Probably, but
had-
that
I
little
had a-
boxer motor, it actually held out for a few minutes before it blew head gaskets.
We had a buddy that's all he drove was like a Subaru wagon, and like that he bought them, fixed the head gasket, and drove them. And I'm like, why?
Yep. Oh, damn. Tom's on it tonight. The Ford inertia
Fuel
switch.
How does that work? Like it just cuts
Well,
the
when
fuel?
Fords get hit, typically that inertia switch trips and shuts fuel pump off.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of stuff I need to get Brandon into. Brandon
Brandon's
Dollar.
into his own thing.
He's the one that makes the sensors for our race cars and stuff.
Okay.
Brandon's into his own thing.
And I think he has one. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not for what we're wanting to do. It's expensive,
His wife might kill you because she already wants to kill him for all the crap he does.
like a G meter. Basically, what you'd use, but I don't think that'll. I mean, that's expensive. It's like $300. But
Levi's Magic Bungee Cord Ramp Derby.
Ram Derby.
That's a mouthful.
I don't know how well that would work on a title of a video. But like we ramped 15 cars and here's the results. That might get somebody's attention.
Man, I don't know. I'm not sure what a good title would be. I know it would catch my interest regardless.
Yeah, we'd have
You
to
know, it
get like
depends
a,
on the
big,
thumbnail too.
a picture of the car like in the air or something.
Yep. What kind of roll bar you got in your car, Dylan?
Like in my race car?
Yeah.
Like the roll cage?
Mm-hmm.
It's it's an 8 point or 10 point, I think. It starts to 850.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's homemade. I didn't buy it.
That was going to try and be my, thing talk about tonight, but ended up talking about jumping cars and shit.
Well, we could talk about roll cages. I mean, that's good with me.
Did you see that thumbnail I put in?
What is that?
That's the back of my Camaro.
What on earth did they do? Or did you do that?
Not they. It was Jason and I.
Really?
So I bought that kit from S&W,
Okay.
and it was supposed to be the street bars with the package tray bars to not delete the back seat. I'm big on fucking with these guys that are, gutting their cars out. It
Yeah.
just
Well,
gets me off.
I mean,
So the door bars were supposed to be, instead of being straight down, they were kicked out a little bit to
yeah.
give you a little more room. The rear bars are supposed to go through the package tray, not the back seat.
Like mine.
So we opened the kit up, start putting it all together, and they didn't give me the package tray bars. They gave me the rear seat bars, go through the back seat. So, hey, Dakota.
Oh, there he is.
So me and Jason decided to bend them ourselves, and we put a bar between the wheelhouses because my car's a unibody car; it's not full frame.
Yeah.
So we put a piece of roll bar between the wheelhouses down to the rear frame rail, and then we mounted those bars to that bar.
Interesting.
So, dude, it stiffened the car up like you wouldn't believe.
Really? That's good.
Yeah. So there's a measurement where you're not allowed to go so much in between the two bars.
Yeah.
Well, after talking to our buddies way back when, they said it around 11 or 12 inches. So that's where we stopped. Well, I guess it was too narrow. So the guy told me I needed to add those two bars from the hoop down to the corner of those bars. And that would make it legal. Otherwise, I'd have to tear some bitch out and start over again.
Interesting.
See, I still got my speakers back there.
What are you trying to cert to?
Just the 1149. I'm not going 850s.
I mean,
You don't drive your car on the street. I do.
the only time I've driven it on the street was at No Name Nationals.
Right.
And I don't like doing that.
It's not fun being the passenger.
It's really not. It's not good to be driver either. It's so loud.
Passengers.
Well, if I've got exhaust on my car, but if you drive it for too long, it hurts.
Yeah.
So I put earbuds in if I drive it for a long time.
It's fun to do that for like just going to that cruise in, but like driving somewhere, that would be horrible. I would hate that.
Well, like I said, you put earbuds in, you got the noise cancellation earbuds,
Yeah.
or like these right here.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
We were going I was planning on it, doing a drag and drive and buying those like muffs with the speakers and stuff and going all out. And supposedly they sell them where you can be listening to music and then as soon as you start talking, both shut off and you can hear each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know they're expensive, but it would be worth it if you're doing something like that.
Well, the farthest I've driven my car is about 15 minutes.
Same.
So it's not been, an hour, 2 hour drive or nothing.
Man,
I'll drive someone's house or whatever, go mess around for a few minutes and then drive back.
I don't know how people want to like. I don't know how to explain it. Like drive their race cars, thousands of miles.
Dude, that
Like doing like one or two tracks, three
what the
maybe.
hell's it called? The Hot Rod Power Tour.
Yeah. I
The
don't
guy
have
had
any.
that. I think it was a Corvette that run like, what was it, 550s in the quarter.
Yeah,
The
that
one
doesn't
that
sound like
won
fun.
Power Tour
Yeah.
put 1,700 miles on his car that week.
I just have and maybe it's just me, but I have no desire to do that.
It's too hot for one.
Yeah. Imagine if you break. Try and find
Oh,
parts.
they
for
do.
A
They're breaking all the time.
5-second quarter-mile time Corvette.
Right. Put exhaust on my trans. 3-inch. Oh God, that's got to be loud. 3-inch gas pack. Blah, 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 blah.
Glass packs are loud in general.
Crackly.
I like glass packs right when they're new. About 3,000 miles in, I'm like, yeah, this is old.
I can't put earbuds in. They join, and then I can't get them out. Jesus. Only Dean.
Yeah. He's the most out of the box person I think I've ever talked to.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. So I think I've driven my car longer than 15. It's probably been 20 or 25 minutes, but I've not taken on the highway yet.
I don't. Well, is it 350 or 400?
350. Oh no, trans
Yeah.
400.
Okay.
So I got a 410 gear.
Oh, it's singing then. It's gonna be like my car. I think 55 was like $3,000 or something like that.
Yep.
That's nuts. That's loud.
Well, it is. That's why I put the earbuds in. Drove my car 6-7 hours. Yeah, well, Dakota, you've got a really small gear.
Well, like even if you put mufflers, like my red truck, it's got a 350 turbo in it, but the rear gear, Lost instructions for earbuds. That's rough. I don't even.
Yeah, it's probably got what a 373 in the.
I think so. If
Yeah.
I recall, it's just
Well,
whatever
the
the
only
factory
reason-
had in it.
I was going to put my Turbo 350 back in my car, but my ex-son-in-law. No, wait a minute. He would be ex-brother-in-law. Was my ex-wife's little brother, which I talk to all the time. He decided that he wanted my Turbo 350, so he gave me his Turbo 400, which was built far more superior than my 350. He started spraying my old Turbo 350 in an S10 with a 250 shot.
What was the point of trading then?
He wanted to go faster, and the 350 is lighter, and it
Less
just
power
reacted
loss.
better.
Yeah, less power loss, and I guess lighter. But I mean, we're talking.
He had a 327 that he was spraying the hell out of.
That's crazy.
A 373 gear with a 26.5-inch tall tire. That's like a 390 with that little shorter tire.
Yeah, I know.
I think I did. I was running 26-inch tall tires with my old. God, what year was that?
Those are coming back. There'll be several races at Edgewater with those kind of in it, and someone just posted a link up today. They're doing backside of the track. Several races this year, backside of the track. So that'll be interesting to watch. She's like, "You're not going to compete?" I'm like, "No, I'm not that stupid." Now you're talking bare concrete, basically. Like, my car barely hooks on good tracks, at least right now.
Right. I know we were talking about I think that was the Well, I can't remember what live it was. It may have been the one with Uncle Tony and Jason and everybody that was on.
Could
We're
be.
talking about drag radials.
Yeah.
So I almost don't have to do a burnout with my car to get those suckers to hook.
Really?
Uh,
Well, you got Caltrax, right?
yes,
That helps a ton.
it does. Now, if you get the tires hot,
Probably because they get greasy.
I mean, no, I'm just saying you get them hot and there's no spin whatsoever. It
Oh,
doesn't even
okay.
chirp when it shifts.
Really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
It just bangs when it shifts.
I know I've discussed it with my brother and a few other guys that the radials, you can go faster on a radial than a slick on the same tune, kind of.
Well, Stevie with that S10, he was running, I think, a 28 10.5 W on his S10,
Ooh, that's
and
big.
he went 12. Yeah, he went 12.0 with that 327. And then he put his drag radial on it, which is a 275/60, but he put it on a 15x10 wheel, and he went 12.55.
Really, it slowed down.
No, he sped up. He went 0.2 quicker.
Oh, I thought you said he wanted 12.0.
No, 12.70.
1270. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, those numbers don't add up.
Did I say 12.0?
I think you did. Maybe you meant 1250 on a slick and 12.0 on a radial. I don't know.
No, he went 12.77 and then 12.55 on the drag radial.
So yeah. Yeah. The radial stuff's though, it blows my mind. I mean, some of the suspension in these cars that do the radial racing is like, what?
Dude, it freaks me out. I love going fast, but there's some of these guys out here that run a big tire and then they put the 2810 class
Yeah. Yeah, they're like,
and
they look goofy, and then you're like, you have too much power. Why? Like, you could have just built like a stock chassis car. Mr. Nobody.
What's up, brethren?
what up?
Oh, in a fucking week already, that's for sure.
It has. It's crazy. Well, I was saying tomorrow morning when I get to work, I'm going to make this real quick clip of this Jeep that showed up. The whole right front knuckles tore off this car, including the wheel. It's all bolted together.
I got a big
This
Dodge
sounds like my dad.
2500 like that. They ran it off the road this morning.
This girl said she hit a parked car.
What's up, Dan and JB, Colleen?
That's impressive.
Dino's in here.
I'll have to show
Oh
you.
yeah,
that.
Dean's on one. He's on it.
We actually got to see him last night live.
What?
Yeah, he was on JB's. Yeah.
Dean was?
No, it's unfinished. We haven't seen yet.
Wow, we haven't seen Dean. He's usually driving his truck or whatever. He was actually out jogging or something.
Yeah. Well, unfinished popped in, but he had a black screen. He wouldn't turn his camera on.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that.
No.
It's putting
Hang
your background up.
Hang on.
That's the bad thing about that virtual background. It'll shade everything.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, geez.
Toe up.
Dude,
Is that your truck?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll show you what it looks like now. But the dude was hauling a pontoon to a boat ramp and come into like the entrance and clipped a telephone pole.
Man, I have
How he did
seen
that.
so much crazy stuff at the boat ramp.
Like, I mean, how he
It's
hit
the
that?
greatest. It's the greatest place on earth to make videos, and I have never made one, but I really just need to. Next time I'm camping, I just need to be like, I'm going to go on the boat ramp for a little bit.
Like it looks. Hang on, I gotta find a picture.
Especially at Indian Lake when the drunks are coming back in from the all-night catfish derby.
Yeah. Cedar
It
Creek's
is
the worst.
hilarious.
Cedar Creek's the worst, dude. There's so many people there, and they don't know what in the heck they're doing. Most of the people in Indian Lake know what they're doing, so. And actually down there, they don't really put in and out very much. They, most of those boats stay down there, so.
Oh no, I'm talking about the campground.
Yes, at the campground. Well, believe it or not a lot of people put in and out of the campground.
Dude, I see it all the time.
Yeah,
Me and Sarah would go down and fish that point right there at the dock,
mm-hmm.
and
Where it stinks.
oh yeah,
It's where all those dead leaves collect right at the end of that channel. Oh, geez, yeah.
hang on a second, keep that there, Levi.
Oh. I don't know why it's so bright. Is that the brightness of my phone, maybe?
Yeah, and then your camera's lighting it up. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like almost all back together, and then I just went tonight and bought 2 fenders for it. So,
Well, at least you didn't get hurt. That's all I gotta say. We can fix the dang car.
Oh, well, I bought it like that.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You buy it like Copart or something?
off of Facebook Marketplace, actually. It was.
Oh, good. You did find him a mechanic. Okay, good. Because this week has been insane.
It was up near.
Oh damn!
It was up near Dayton.
Was it?
Luckily, my rod
There's a
locker
Copart-
locks
there's a
on my
Copart.
Ranger.
There's a Copart right where actually the Copart is where the truck plant used to be. The lot that it's on, it used to be the trim plant where they used to put the interior in the S10s.
Are you guys close to that?
Yeah.
That was
I worked there.
Jamestown Industries.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if
I
I
almost
win,
went and worked for them.
if I win the bid,
Oh, that was truck plant. That was truck and bus, Rob, where I'm talking about.
I'm actually bidding on a truck. Well, a van tomorrow
That
at
Copart.
the Dayton
Mhm.
Copart. So
Jamestown
Yeah.
Industries made it all for the Blazers.
Oh yeah, they made all the interior parts for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I may stop by one.
Who worked there? Did Jim work there? Somebody
Yeah.
worked there. didn't
He still
Yeah.
does.
Oh, does he? Okay. Geez, he's been
Yeah,
there
they
forever.
were-
Now.
They're making interior parts for all kinds of cars now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah, it was cool. They'd run them through that plant where the Copart yard is now, and they put all the interior in them. And then the body would come over without the chassis. It would come over this tunnel over the road, and then it would come down this chute to where I worked. And where I worked is where the body went on the chassis, and we were down in a pit. We'd bolt the body down, and it was cool. Like a roller coaster in there, pretty much.
Yeah, watching the bodies come down, I remember watching that.
Mm-hmm. That was, man, when the first time I did it, it's so stressful trying to figure out how to time that drop just right when you're running the actual controls. Oh my God, I stopped that line like 10 times. They were so pissed. But
how do you?
finally, it's like you get a rhythm and you're real smooth at it. You're just like boom, boom, boom. Because what
Yeah.
sucked is you guided the body down. There was 2 guys on each side, and one guy in the back, he bolted in the 2 back, bolts, and one guy stuck the fuel neck in, and then the other guy hooked the transmission cable up. And then on my side, when you ran the machine, as you let it down, then I had to go over real quick and reach back and shoot the front bolt. And sometimes if you'd miss them, you'd have to put a tag on it. They'd get it down on the end.
No, Dan, his truck was not built there. I almost bought a Blazer.
My truck was built Marine.
Was it?
Yeah, my truck's a Marine assembly truck.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I
I
mean,
thought
I
he was
didn't
talking
know.
about a Blazer just to be funny.
Mm-mm. Matter of fact, look at this.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Sunny and I went to Carolyn Park a while back when it was nice out.
Now,
They
what would be
have
cool is if you laid hands on that same truck. That would
Yeah.
be a cool story.
Yeah, it would have been. They have the first and the last truck that came off the line. So there's the first one. It's a
Well, it's
That's
got to be
actual-
red.
it's a V6 one. Sorry, my hand's shaking.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And
So
then-
pretty.
and then
It's not
here-
rusted out.
Yeah, right. Oh, did I not get a picture of
It had to
that?
have been inside all of its life with
Oh,
oil
yeah.
coatings or something.
Yeah, they had like a showroom. I don't know if you can look right back there. That's the last Blazer that came off the line before they switched over to the
Yeah.
new chassis. And and plant and
To the
everything.
Trailblazer.
Mm-hmm. It's actually our own way because they would. So that was what was neat was those white ones. Those white ones were like the testers. They didn't have any VINs in them or anything. And when they would come down, they would get every option. That way, everybody had to do every job, and they would. It was like because we used to shut down on 4th of July for 2 weeks when they would retool for the next model year, and they would run those pilots, is what they were called, and you'd see just all you see is white.
So where's that museum at?
It's at Carillon Park. It's here in Dayton.
Man, I would love to go see that. She would like.
Yeah,
to go see that.
yeah, it's a really neat place. They have a lot of like the old trolleys and the old buses that used to run in town.
All the
And,
originals.
yeah, and they have like the Kettering event.
And it's
the
all
starter
inside
here.
too.
It's all inside. Well, most of it's inside, but yeah.
90% of it.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's gotten a lot bigger over the years, and like right now there's a Carillon, a big bell tower, and it's all dressed up like a big Christmas tree. I can find a picture of it for you.
Oh, it's really
real
neat, though, Dylan. It's
And there's a
Walk for
restaurant
hours.
there's a restaurant and brewery there, and they actually brew a lot of the old beers that they brewed in Dayton, and they're like hand mashed, so they're like it's an old style beer. Pretty neat.
For
Like,
sure.
when we were kids, it was hardly anything.
Well, I don't get over to Dayton very often, but like when I do, I don't. I mean, usually I'm going there for something and then coming back home.
Yeah, but it's a good day trip. Let's see.
I need some mini vacation ideas that aren't gonna break my bank account.
Yeah, and it's like
you don't have to pay to get in there.
yeah, you do.
You know. Oh,
You
you
have
do
to.
now?
Yeah.
Even
Well,
if
I mean, you have to pay to go into the actual main part, like where all the displays are and everything.
Well,
Wait,
regardless, it's worth it because everything that's there is cool.
Yeah.
yeah, and I just like these tickets and stuff that you got to pay for, like for
There's a
concerts.
picture of
I'm not a concert person, but like
There's the Carillon bells dressed up right
And
by
that's
the
like
river.
what, 250 foot tall?
Oh, it's
That's
huge.
cool.
It's really neat. You walk up to it and it's playing Christmas music. You look up straight up and it's like, whoa. It's neat. Yeah,
I
there's a
mean,
lot
like
of
when a
cool-
concert ticket costs $250, $20
Yeah.
for a museum's cool to
Yeah.
me,
there's all
especially
kinds
about
of good pictures of it.
American history, basically.
Yeah, all your Dayton area history is there.
And there's a little bitty train you can ride too.
There is a train, yeah, and there's a carousel you can ride. That was
I rode
think
it.
it was down, I think it was down to Arcade. Well, the new train, the new one, they made it even longer. It goes like all the way around the park now. Rob.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
crazy. And it's actually a little steam locomotive. It's pretty neat.
I didn't think I'd fit on it, but I did.
Oh, so it's
They
that
have, like-
small. I thought you were just joking.
No, it's like a kiddie size one. Yeah,
That's cool.
But
They've
adults
got,
ride
like-
it.
they've got like stuff from the Dayton's got their what it's called what's the museum called now? It used to be called Dayton Museum of Natural History, but now
No,
it's called
Boonshoft.
Boonshaw. So they got the old museum. A lot of the stuff from the old museum that Rob and I used to play with when we were kids is in there also. So
Interesting.
it is. It's really neat.
You ever been to
They've
Wright
got-
Pat Air Force Museum?
Me?
Yeah.
So I remember going to Dayton for like an air show or something like that.
Yeah, you did go to the air show. Yeah, that's out in Vandalia at the airport.
And I do remember going to an air museum. I just don't
Yeah.
I was so little, I don't know a lot of
Oh,
details about it.
It's huge now.
Yeah, it's
Huge.
gigantic.
Yeah, that's another good. Now you don't have to pay to get in that, and it's
No,
pretty cool.
but you can't get in the presidential plane no more because of COVID.
Mhm.
And you can't get in the other bombers that used to be able to walk through and see where everybody sat.
There's
You can't get
one
that
that's
no more.
open. The C-130 is still open. You can the big one that's like right in the middle, and you walk
Just
up
the
it.
cockpit.
No, you walk in the back of it where the tail's down. Then,
Yeah.
you can see.
Oh, they opened it back up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, now it might be getting closed again because everybody's getting freaking sick. So But anyway, yeah, that's my shirt.
Be a scalper.
That's my shirt that the mini bike got a hold of that day when I about killed myself with it.
Yeah, Dean, I should. That's a good way to make money. Like I said, some of these, I'm not a concert person anyway, but when I have to pay $450 for seats that like are garbage, I'm not
Yeah,
going to a concert.
we used to do a lot of concerts. Like I can't deal with it anymore, man. I'm too old for that shit.
So the last time I paid $450 was in 1996 to go backstage and hang with Metallica.
Yeah, I would pay for that.
Yeah, but that was in 1996.
Now it'd probably be like $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, $400 is lawn seat.
Rabid, what's up, dude?
What's up, J-Bo?
So I spent that $450 was every dime I had. But I got to sit down and talk with Lars and Jason. And then just before we had to leave, we got to talk with James and Kurt for 5 minutes.
City, you can talk to Jason for free.
Wrong, Jason.
God damn it. Talk to that Jason enough. I don't need to.
He let me hold his bass, but he wouldn't let me play it. He said it's bad luck.
Oh, could be. Either that or he was afraid you were going to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paid like $30,000 for a guitar. I guess I wouldn't want anybody to.
Dude, the neck was like 10 foot long on this freaking guitar. It was funny
See
as
where his
hell.
kid plays bass every now and then. He's like 14 years old for like Slipknot, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've got an Ibanez that, the neck's not. I don't know what the hell guitar he had, but it felt like that neck was 10 foot long.
Yeah, it's some custom made thing. That's probably why you didn't want you messing with it.
Yep, wasn't allowed to strum one fucking chord on it. But I got to hold it.
Well, this live has went from weird to different to history, but not what you want. Not the roll cage.
Yeah, I know, and I think me and you were the ones talking about it.
For?
Well, I was telling Dylan about my roll bar and why we had to do it the way we did because they gave us the wrong damn bars.
Yeah.
So
it turned out
that's
pretty good.
Why I added those 2 bars to it so that they didn't make me tear the damn thing out.
Right. I heard you talking about the 26-inch tire stuff, Dylan. That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
where's it going to be?
Probably that's probably what'll be on my truck. That's when I started racing. That's actually that I bought those used. I had to buy them one at a time off the motorcycle guys because they'd make a couple runs on them and they didn't want to use them anymore. So I'd buy one and I'd have to wait a couple weeks and buy another one.
That's nuts. Like
that's what I ran on my Fox body for
26. Because like some of these guys are running 26.85s and.
Mm-hmm.
And I just seen one the other day. Granted, it was on a prep track, like a really good prep track, 490s or something like that.
Well, have you seen
hard.
those factory appearing stock cars?
Yeah.
Nuts on a polyglass tire. They're running like 890s in the quarter, and they're running through full exhaust.
There you go, Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have the same voice, don't we, Dino?
I ran 26s on my car for a few years.
I need to finish my roll bar. But I'm so busy, and then we're gonna be leaving for Mexico next week, so I probably won't do anything until after the new year. Yeah, fast cars are very impressive.
Yeah, and then I like the factory appearing is what bugs me. Like I like the whole idea, but like it's money.
Oh yeah, and then they can run any cubic inch they want. Like there's that guy with the Copo Camaro, the orange one. He's like the record holder.
Yeah,
That freaking thing's like 800 cubic inch motor. and it's running. They have to run through exhaust manifolds. Even they have to have the stock.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Right.
It's
Yeah, like
it's nuts. But like you said, it's so much money, dude. So
Yeah.
much.
like it's not like they're using stock. I guess they're using stock parts, but like they're not stock anymore. They
No.
mess with them
Like
like
then the rear suspension, they got the monoleafs and the cow tracks and
Yeah.
the
well, and people keep saying that, like it's they're using stock parts, and it's like he went 9 something on stock
No.
parts. It's not that. Like
right.
I like the factory appearing, but
Mhm.
like it's not.
Now there was, I should say, there's a Camaro that runs in A stock, 69, whatever the big block was. I think it was a 427. And he actually runs all the factory parts. Of course, they've been worked on. I mean, the thing about the stock, when you run stock class, which I always wanted to, but it's just, yeah, you go get a stock engine, but you have to take it to somebody that knows what in the world they're doing.
Exactly.
Do all the machine work and all the port work and all the matching. And, you got to run a quadrajet carburetor, which is a pain in the ass to work on. Which I mean, I know a lot of the tricks to them now, but it's like, that thing ran in the 9s. It held the record for a long time. It's crazy.
Which one was it?
There's that A stock, Angel A stock. It's like a 69 427 Camaro.
What color was it?
It's green.
Yeah.
Like I love the stock thing. Like that is just wicked.
But what's crazy is then you go down to you step down to like B stock and C stock where like the fuel injector cars are, and they're actually faster than that Camaro is.
Yeah. I believe
with
that.
with a 5 liter or a 5.7 liter or whatever, like a Fox body or a Firebird but they can't run in well, they could run in A stock if they wanted to, but why would they? Because they can run in B and C stock and just tear everybody up, And that's kind of where bracket racing came from. Because, like you said, Dylan, it's the guy that's winning is the guy that's got all the money and all the technology.
Yeah, whoever can spend the most money.
So then, that's when they invented ET racing, and I think they invented it the year I was born, and that was to kind of level the field,
Like I love heads up racing. Like I love it to death.
I ran one. We had a. It wasn't a heads up race. We had a bracket race. We ran on a 5/10 Pro Tree, and that was, oh my gosh, that was, dude. It was like you either got it or you missed it. Like you think you can let go of the button quick. Well, you should see when all those lights come on at the same time. Well, I mean, you may have done it.
It kind of sounds like.
I cut my best light on a Pro Tree.
Mm-hmm.
I cut the close to my best. It was a 0002 red.
Well, do you know why they invented a Pro Tree?
Why is that?
So you don't red light. They didn't want the red lights. That's why they invented a Pro Tree. They just light them all up. They can't, like a 4/10 Pro Tree. If you red light on a 4/10 Pro Tree, you have guessed it, because it's a proven fact that from your brain to your your hands or your feet, it takes like 3/4 of a second.
Well, I can tell you that I am the person that they probably did the study on, because I've red lit on a Pro Tree.
Yeah.
So when we were messing with my car at LS Fest, which they run Pro Tree in all the classes, I think except one. I was struggling with a delay in the trans brake button, and I've still not figured it out 100%.
Yeah.
But
do you have one of the long throw ones or just a normal button?
It's a normal button, just like
yeah. You gotta see that's funny you bring that up, because that's a real thing. Like you can go buy 3 of the same button, and the delay in them is different. The release is different. So
right. I need to ask Cope about it.
Cope would know. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then your solenoid
Later, JB.
Your transmission solenoid's release time is different also.
Yeah.
So.
And I just got to figure it out.
Too.
The problem was I was cutting like 400 lights, and that's not going to win races.
Right.
Like 100 or 200, like 0.1, 0.2, that good. the one time I went like 030, I literally like guessed the light so bad. Like I left like a second, like not even a second after the stage light come on for me.
So
I
you just
bumped
guessed.
in.
Yeah, you guessed the Pro Tree. Yeah.
Yeah, like
And that's what, like I said, that's why they invented it, was just because it made racing more exciting. Like, the fans didn't want to sit there and watch, oh, well, he red lighted, that guy won automatically. So then that's when they decided, well, we're just going to light them all up at the same time.
like in the video, you can see my hand off the button before even the tree drops.
That's a good thing, though.
I'm
Like,
like,
a lot of times, if you watch any of my, because I usually foot brake, I didn't really ever leave on a button very often, but like literally you could see the car, slow motion, it's raising up as the bottom bulb is on, and you got a good one there,
but yeah, I thought that was funny. I'm like, of
But
course, I
that's
have to
the thing,
leave before the tree drops to cut a good light. That makes
well,
total
but then
sense.
your car has so much, the body is moving so much before the car move. The body's raising up, and then the chassis is loading, and then it's finally moving.
What
So you factor that in, and you got to factor in, go to the button, and then
the slow-mo videos of my car leaving are like the wildest thing to me. Because like if you look at any other drag car, like they're set up so perfect, and then you see mine that's like slow motion, like garbage.
Hey, Rob, you remember when I didn't have the rear sway bar on the Mustang when I first started pulling the wheels? Dude, it would have the left front tire would be like 2 feet off the ground, and the right front tire is on the ground. This thing would just it would roll and then take off. It was so crazy.
So before we put the anti-roll bar on, I never had problems
Mhm.
other than when I turned to like go off the track or turn somewhere.
Yeah,
in
it'll kind of lean over.
Oh,
Yeah.
it looked uncomfortable to look at outside of the car.
Yeah.
Like I had my dad video it to show me. Like,
Oh yeah, and then the front tires are being all weird and fighting each other. Yeah,
he
I
tried
know.
to explain it to me in words, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you mean. And then he showed me the video. I'm like, oh my god, that looks so weird.
Yeah, the Mustang didn't have the whole weird wheel thing because they have struts on the front, so that the front end stays pretty stable because it didn't have control arms, But man, the rear end. And then I ended up taking I think the sway bar was off of the front of a Geo Tracker or something, and I attached it to the rear end, and I made mounts to attach it to the frame, and it worked. It worked for a long time.
I would love to have a strut front end on my car.
Oh man!
So Dylan, you never got to race the actual 510s tree, had you?
Yeah,
500 green.
Like
they run on a regular tree. Like
yeah,
No Names runs a regular tree.
But but the reactions are all zeros if you cut a perfect light, though, aren't they?
yeah.
Well, they're either 500 or they're 0. No, all the new ones should be 0. Yeah,
Right.
regardless of what they are.
The best I've ever cut with this car was like an 035 or something like that on a like sportsman tree, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, that is. You could win a lot of races with another 35 if you could do it every time.
Yeah, I can't repeat that.
Yeah, that's the hard part is getting it consistent.
My problem is I use my good lights up in my time runs.
See, that's why you want to go up there and just red light when you're in time runs. Just get that out of the way, and then
I'll try that the next time.
Yeah, that was my rule. You can ask Rob. I said, go up there and red light. Just get it out of the way, and you'll know where it's going to red light.
Yeah, best light I've ever cut next to a Pro Tree was a 512. Pro
So
Tree,
like
I cut
an
it would have been
012.
yeah. Now it's an 012.
Mm-hmm.
But the Pro Tree, I had a 02, 2000s something. It was almost perfect.
Yeah, and he had to have guessed that one too.
No, I did it twice.
The 02 on a Pro Tree, yeah.
That's that night I actually won 4 rounds, and the only reason I made it to the 4th round is because I got a bye run, and then I red lit. But the car wasn't real consistent. So
lights.
It didn't matter.
Breaking is pretty hard to do.
Yeah, but
I
like
did
the
it
only
twice on a Pro
heads up
Tree.
racing I do is at No Name, really. I mean,
Yeah.
and I guess I'm not. I didn't even do it this year. I wanted to.
Hi, Wendy.
That's like the whole flashlight thing. You know, you got one light and boom. You know,
Yeah.
like down at down there in what is it, Arkansas, or the Wildcat Dragway is George Ray's. They
Is
used
it
to
not
have
in Missouri?
no, it's so where Sykeston is. It's
Yeah.
like 20 minutes west. Where it's I think it's in Arkansas. It might be in Missouri. All right, I gotta look now. You got me going.
No,
But
you
anyway,
didn't.
I remember seeing pictures of that place, and their tree was literally one light bulb, like your stage pre-stage light bulb. That was it. That was the light bulb. You know the starter staged you up, and then there was a guy with a light switch, literally like that was the start. You know. And now the grandson has it now, and he's it's in Paragould, Arizona, Arkansas.
So do you remember? Have you guys ever raced at Thornhill?
I didn't race there. I went to a race one time at Thornhill. Yeah.
So
Down
they
in
used to
Indiana.
have like clocks
Yep.
as the
Yeah.
dial-in boards,
Yeah,
or as
little-
the timer,
Yeah, that's the old school stuff.
like actual like spinning clocks.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you watch any of the old, I can get on YouTube and look up like Dick Landy. Dick Landy was an old pro stock driver. There's a real good documentary, and like back in whatever it was, 1970, when they came out with pro stock, they show the Cronendeck, the clock actually running like
Yeah.
as taking his run. He's got a cigar hanging out of his mouth, and he's just ramming this thing. It's
The
so cool.
golden era of racing to me.
Yes, exactly.
Like I wish I was alive back then, because like the stuff that people got to see back then is just nuts. The stuff that was allowed.
Yeah, I'm lucky
The builds they make.
because I'm
Right.
50. I can remember vaguely my dad taking me to see stuff like that. I mean, really vaguely now because I can't remember hardly any of it. But yeah,
I just remembered like an IndyCar race we went to when I was a little bitty. I ended up falling asleep during the race.
I think
I
we were
probably
I
at-
was
would
so
now.
pissed.
I think we were at-
I'm not much of a. I like some circle track racing. Like
So I've never been to Indy 500, and the last 3 years when I want to go, there's always something to do. Well, next year, my daughter's getting married in Mexico next week, and then Memorial Day of 24 is when she's having her bridal or her whatever. What is it called when you go to the can't think what it's
baby
called.
shower.
No, it's a
Bridal.
no, it's a damn reception. So I'm like,
Jason's
Fuck.
was frozen.
huh?
I
Yeah.
said Jason's was frozen.
My brain. Yeah, mine was frozen. You're right. So anyway,
No lie.
if anybody wants to go to the Indy 500, I'm going in 2025. We already have the spots. I'm taking my camper. It's probably going to be guys only. So I'm just going to put that out there because I've never been. I've been to the track. I've seen like time trials and stuff, but I've never actually been there for the whole weekend. So just a bucket list thing. I gotta,
I've been near it, but not there.
yeah.
I'm just gonna ride with him. So
There you go. I mean, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, but like Scott Dempsey and all them, they have a spot they go to every year, and they've been him home like, oh, this is last year, and I'm like, damn it, you can't make it the last year. I want to go one time. So then he was like, okay, well, we'll go next year, and then kind of throws that up. I'm like, fuck. So we kind of had a meeting the other day. I said, look, the Memorial Day weekend of 2025 is fucking off limits.
Right.
But yeah,
How you
they
got
went-
to do it?
well, like that's the thing is like they would rent a camper and they would drive, and I was like, hey, you don't have to rent a camper. Like I'll bring my stuff, we'll be good,
But like I like dirt circle track stuff, and like some of the short circuit, like I don't call it NASCAR, but that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, man,
But,
I love
the
going
ARC
to,
cars.
I love going
Yeah.
to Eldora dirt track is so cool.
But As far as like NASCAR, I'm not a big fan of NASCAR.
I used to be, but I'm not. I am not a fan nowadays. No way.
I don't know why.
I can't tell
know
the
that
last time I
Kevin
watched
Harvick
one.
retired the other day, and I know why he retired because it sucks. You know.
I can't tell you the last time I actually sat down and watched one.
I don't like how many
It's been a
laps they
while.
got.
Yeah. Well, they got that whole fucking car of the future, blah blah. It's literally the same car with whoever sticker you want to put on it, and they can run any motor in it they want, and not any motor, but I mean, whatever the spec motor is, they can run.
It's still restricted for everything
Oh,
else, so who fucking cares?
Danny Boyd is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't agree with it died with Dale because Kevin
It
Harvick.
started-
Yeah, Kevin Harvick was my dude that year. And then he just retired this year. And I'm like, I'm done. That's it. Like, I was a big Dale Jarrett fan, and he retired not long after that, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like,
But what happened is they took the people out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely. They took everything out of it. Like, they say that they were trying to make the cars where it's just the driver now. It's like, no, that's not the thing. Like, the teams were not just the drivers. The team were the engineers. The team were the bodybuilders. The team was the guys that figured out little sneaky tricks to
just
bend the rules a little bit.
to come out with an extra half a second or whatever.
Yeah, right.
That's what made it enjoyable.
Well, but this is neat. I was just watching this the other night. I don't know if you guys watch Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s podcast. It's called Dirty Mo.
I've seen a couple.
He just did a short the other night with Kevin Harvick because Kevin Harvick just retired. And they're like, hey, Kevin, you're retired now. It's like, what's one thing that you did that bend the rule? He's like, we all did it. We can get it out there now. He was like, man, we were having a hard time on the speedways, the big tracks. And he said that they came out with a sniffer, I guess, which is like Rob and I having their vacuum leak detectors. They're literally just a microphone. You run it around and you can hear it when you got a vacuum leak. And he was like, yeah, they had that sniffer thing out. And he was like, that's because of me. And they're like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, because he said what they did when we were running slow, he says they notched the intake bolts. And he says, so the harder I pushed on the gas, it would actually raise the intake up and create a vacuum leak to give it more
Get
air.
more fuel.
They were on a restrictor plate, so they couldn't get any more air in there.
Yeah.
So they're actually raising the freaking intake off the heads. And he says they would pick us up like a second. And the last part of the short is Dale Earnhardt going, damn. That's so hilarious. I wish I could find it. He was like, damn. So yeah, that all that stuff's gone now. Like they can't do any of that shit anymore.
Yeah, that's what made
genius,
it.
Dan. That's right.
That's what made it cool to me was the creative ways.
Who come up with that?
Hmm?
How and who came up with that?
Exactly.
Man, there is. I mean, if you guys want to see some crazy shit, is like Smokey Eunuch was the master of coming up with that kind of shit. He had some deal. I don't remember what it was. It was like when they would close the hood and do something with the hood pins, everything was fine. But when he would go down the track, like this flap would open, or they would either open or close. I think it would close on the front end on the grill to push more air around the car. But then as soon as they would pull the hood pins to lift it up and look at it, it would fall down. Just, that's back when I was a kid when they were doing that shit.
Cool. I mean,
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
the
Hyperspace vacuum leak, that's right. Well, they're restricting them on air. They got the same carburetor. So they got that little dinky, restrictor plate.
that's what I don't want to see that at a racing exactly, because like when you bend the rules too much, they start putting rules in place. But when you bend them,
Roll cage, Kenny Bernstein.
What's that?
Dan says nitrous in the roll cage.
That was not Bernstein. That was Jerry Ekman.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I was in Columbus. James and I were in the pits when that blew up. It was right behind us when it blew up. Yeah. And you know what's really funny about that is he had 2 cars there. One of them was his show car, but I'm not shitting you. He made a run and he came back. That was like the Super Shop car, or it was a yellow car, Pennzoil car. That's who it was.
Yeah.
And he was from Columbus. Jerry Ekman is. He would make his run, drive around the scales, come back, get in his show car, and drive it over the scales. And he parked right there by the scales too. And then we were down there. I don't remember who we were talking to. I think Shirley Muldowney or somebody was signing autographs, and that fucking cage blew up from the pressure getting too intense inside of it. Yeah. But hey, I mean that's the shit you had to do back then, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody did it. Glidden did it, you know.
Had to get the edge on it somewhere.
Yeah,
What was up with Bernstein's when they were inspecting the cage and shit on it then? Because he was hiding something.
So they said he was hiding traction control, and they blamed that it started with force, and what it was Bernie Federley just figured out, or not Bernie Federley, oh shit, what was his? Bernie Federley was one of his crew chiefs, but I can't. His crew chief, I can't remember his name, but anyway, they just figured out how to make him work. So then Kenny was like, I think one time he didn't even do a burnout, and he went up there and won a round, and everybody was pissed. So they said he was hiding electronics, he was hiding this, he was hiding that. No. Because a fucking nitromethane engine there's no way you could use nitrous on it. I mean, it would just fucking explode as soon as you hit it, because they're already at, you know, they're already at the ragged edge of you know, compression and cylinder pressure and everything. If you introduced any other kind of oxygen in there, that's fucking rocket fuel. Like you can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff over the years, and it you know, there'll be more. Don't worry. You know.
I had always thought about helium or something that makes the car lighter in the cage,
exactly.
in the frame rails. I always thought
Yeah.
that would be cool to try, but I don't know how to even start.
There was something sneaky the Winston Cup guys would do to the rear suspension to lower the rear of the car too. They all had all the wedge adjustments on the front and rear.
Well, what they would do is they would run a saggy spring in the back, and it would, so especially when they were running like Talladega and Daytona, because they had to have, so when they went into the inspection lanes, say this is the deck lid and this is their wing, that wing had to be a certain angle when they were sitting, so they would be inspection, stop, park, right? So they'd like, okay, the angle's got to be 47.375 degrees or whatever. Okay. So what they would do is they would run a real soft spring in the back of that car. So then after, you know, it's out there just bouncing. Those tracks are rough. You know, Daytona and Talladega are really rough. You don't realize it, but that beats the shit out of those cars. So over time, the back of the car is sagging. So what's the wing going to do when the back of the car sags? The wing's going to lean back, which reduces drag, which helps them go, you know. There was a lot of sneaky shit they used to do back then. That's right. That's right.
I was kind of in a rabbit hole on YouTube the other day, and I watched. It was ARCA, like you said, that small circuit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of their drivers does videos of him just like entering and like stuff about the trucks that haul him.
Yeah.
And like the way they have the infield packed is nuts.
Oh,
like
it's insane.
Big semis and stuff in this little itty bitty circle track. I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, you're not going to fit. You're not going to fit. And then they do.
Do you remember when we went to Kentucky Speedway, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
Rammed. I mean, those semis were like this close, like super close. There's no room, you know.
I'm very lucky to have been, and Dad's good friends with, I think he's still the owner, but we got to do like I think it's called Rusty Wallace racing
experience.
Yeah. And so going down under that tunnel where the semis go and stuff, that was really neat. I enjoyed that. That was
Daryl Waltrip actually owns Kentucky Speedway. It's the Daryl. Yeah. It's cool though.
Yeah, Dad was talking to him, and like they were talking about building a drag strip there.
Nice.
And it was because they couldn't land airplanes. He couldn't land anything there. But then somebody started building an airport, like a small one, like literally 20 minutes away, and so that got shut down.
Little.
It's fine.
I scraped it while I was washing it.
Which bugged me because that would have been like
Hey.
like a 20 to 25-minute drive from here.
What is?
Kentucky Speedway.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They used to
It's
do-
like 2.5 hours for us.
what's that?
Kentucky Speedway.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours.
Oh.
They used to, Edgewater used to use Edgewater as a landing strip for a while.
Dick landed so many planes there.
Yeah,
They used to have planes sitting over by the Brown, which is it's a hangar because it's got the
yeah, they got the top on it. Yeah, and like when we go buy race fuel, it was aviation fuel. It wasn't really racing fuel. It was avgas. You know, same thing.
where
but,
the trailers are. Yeah, I believe that.
Mhm.
I like Dick, and Dad knew him for a lot longer than I did, but
He was such a nice man. I mean, he just, he's kind of the predecessor of, he was more concerned about the racers getting there, and he was taking care of them than the spectators. Like our local track was all about the show. They just wanted spectators in there. They didn't pay us shit to win. They didn't, they just wanted the people to get there. They wanted to sell beer and hot dogs, and that was it.
well, and
But in their defense, the track originally started. They've got a little 3/8 mile round track / figure 8 track.
yeah,
So that's how it started out. Well, yeah, you make all your money off of beer and hot dogs doing those races, but luckily
The
Bob
one thing
kind of got
that
everything going.
and Rob Winley is the one that I speak to pretty much all the time now.
Mhm.
The way they're doing it, which I like, you don't get spectator money from bracket racing.
No, fuck.
Nobody
no,
wants to watch,
Yeah,
and I don't
And
want that to be negative, but nobody wants to watch that.
I agree. I did it for many, many years.
You get the kick out of it for being a competitor.
What?
I go watch because I don't race.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's
Well, I'm
not
saying
like we want to go. Like
Oh
No,
God, yeah.
the racer likes watching because you want to be there, but like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, people that spend money at the concessions and sit in the stands, I don't know how to explain it. Like
Well, I
a
think-
football.
No, I understand
I
completely.
think it's
know what
neat
you
how
mean.
they did that, like VIP cafe thing over on the other side of the track. That's pretty cool.
So every race that I've been to there, it's free to get up there.
Yeah, yeah.
You just got. I mean, the drinks are,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. But yeah,
it's
it's
cool.
neat. Did
But
you?
anyway,
were you around when Tri-State Dragway was still open down there in Hamilton?
So Tri-State got closed like a year or two before I turned 16, I think.
Okay, yeah, it probably did. Yeah,
It wasn't
Oh.
because Dad and Devin, my brother, raced there once,
Yeah.
I think, before.
that was the first big money race I ever saw. Like they had what they called the Rainbow Classic. It was on Labor Day weekend. It was $10,000 to win back then, which was a lot of money. But when you paid like $50 and you raced the whole weekend, we were there Friday night and we raced all weekend. And I mean, I saw a motorhome win that $10,000 race one time. And that was I can't remember his name, but he was like the predecessor to, hey, if you want to make money doing this, you got to get race cars here, not people,
Yeah.
And it was a little bitty track, it had grass growing down the middle, and it was just freaking cool,
Yeah, I never got to go see it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I the first time I went there, my friend James was racing in the bracket 2,
Pro.
and then I raced in. They had a trophy bracket, and I ended up I won the trophy bracket. We ran the shit out of this car. I mean, we ran it in one day. I think we ran like 15 rounds with it. It was crazy. But yeah,
That
somewhere
was
we
the
got
302, though, wasn't it?
what?
That was the 302, wasn't it?
Oh, it's James's car.
Oh,
But, where I was going with the Edgewater thing,
Mhm.
so you need to have your bracket races every weekend. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
given. That's how you make some of the money
Mhm.
for your big races. Like
Yeah, you got
your
to
Cincy
get your
Street
points
Nights.
guys there. You got to get your monies, and then you get your big races, and then you get your
Yeah, like they brought
icing on the cake.
Nitro Chaos.
Yeah.
Cincy Street Nights is always one that's a big hit with the crowd because you got fast cars, you got good food, you bring in food trucks and stuff. They make you money. They make themselves money. There's so many things that goes into that of those kind of events that
Well,
make attract money.
when we were kids, that was an IHRA track, and that's where the Summer Nationals was. You want to talk about a big deal? That was a big deal down there. Like
it was so much fun.
you'd be coming off at 275, waiting in line to get down there. It was insane.
Dude, there was the first Cincy Street Nights last year or this year. I can't remember. The gate was packed all the way out to the road until they actually had to shut down the gate.
Yeah,
And just like they quit taking money because it was too late. Like you're
yeah.
gonna
they
get
didn't
like
get anybody
an
in,
hour of
yeah.
the show. That's
Well,
how
I know the Hoskinsons are going to be doing some races down there next year, so that'll probably be a big deal.
that'll be cool.
Yeah. They had their baby. Did you see that, Rob?
Who?
The street racing channel.
The Molly and
Molly and Billy had a baby a couple days ago.
No.
I've
Yeah,
seen
Bill-
too much of her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, way too much of her.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't
I've
even have
actually
to
been
pay for the
watching. I've
OnlyFans.
been watching Chief and his girlfriend work on that on Caddy Jack.
Yeah, he stole the rear end out of her car, or whatever it was the other day. They cracked me up, man. They're great.
I'm just glad he's back on the map. That's
He's gonna start. He's gonna be doing the TV show again. They're coming back.
I know, but he
Who?
made a
Chief's coming back.
Chief.
Oh,
Big
really?
Chief.
Mhm.
He made a bad name for himself with
Dude,
the way he did
I
things.
honestly have not watched Street Outlaws for like 5 years because I
Yeah.
got so bored with it. I
It's
would
not
rather
been
watch.
that long.
I would rather watch the. Oh yeah, it has. I would rather watch like the MPK stuff on YouTube and all that. I'm
Dude,
not
I
into all that.
love No Print Kings.
I'm not into all that
Yeah.
drama bullshit they do on TV.
Well, and that was the problem is Chief was trying to get out of the drama while everybody else was trying to drag him in. And then he turned asshole and everybody hated him.
I like what he did
So-
because
Well, he had a drug addiction. I don't know if you guys know that or not. So that's kind of why he turned
That's-
into an asshole. When he wrecked that white car and got hurt, he ended up getting addicted to pain pills. So he kind of had to work through, But he's cool now. He's good,
when he raced
I've never had a problem with him.
War in the Woods that one of the years, that's when I
2 years
realized
ago.
that
2 years ago, that was badass when he was there, wasn't it?
that was when I realized that he's one of the real ones. Like
He is the street guy. Like
he's not just a
Well-
TV. Like some of them guys, they race, but they didn't become the way they are
yeah.
without the TV show.
I remember the first time when I started watching the Hoskinsons, on Street Race Channel. And I remember Billy had called him about something, and he was like, he told him one thing, and it's always stuck in my head. He says, "Listen, you're going street, you street. If you don't, you ain't." So that was it. And that's kind of like what he lived by, and that's what Billy built that channel on he's got now. And of course,
He
they
don't
really
street
don't do a
race.
whole lot of street racing now. They do a
No.
lot of backside shit, because he just. I think they've gotten in trouble, is what's. Well, I know they've gotten in trouble actually. So
Damn, Justin, you're in the UK. That's sweet.
Yeah,
I've actually, sorry, Dylan, hang
No,
on
go
one
ahead.
second, okay? I actually looked through my analytics, and you can see who views your profile and your, all that stuff, and you can see where everybody's at. I see where there's UK actually viewing my channel. This is the first time someone's come in from the UK. That's cool as shit.
he comments
Appreciate
on
you,
my
Justin.
lives a lot. Justin de Billington.
Yeah.
I actually just sent him a Starbucks card and a couple
Nice.
stickers.
Heck
She,
Hell
yeah.
she got a
yes.
Starbucks card, and neither of us drink coffee or go there. And so I'm like, I gave it away on the live.
That's cool.
Sweet. Well, I definitely appreciate it. Go turquoise white horns.
Yeah, we have an Aussie and a New Zealander yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm on the blue collar street racing thing, and like people are like, yeah, the street racing needs to
Shop
come
cat,
back
what's happening?
and stuff. Like, I can't street race, man. I got too much to lose. You know?
Yeah, it's. I can't say that I didn't, but I can say that I won't
Oh,
anymore.
it would be so much fun to do, but
Justin,
Yeah.
still appreciate you, buddy. Dylan's a cool cat. We like him.
they tolerate me somewhat.
You're fine.
Damn.
Oh, Shop Cat. Man, I haven't seen that name in a little while.
What's up, Shot Cat?
She pops into. I see her all the time on
It's a sheep?
art or
Yeah, it's a
Sure.
Bear Rose.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
I didn't know that. Seriously.
Oh shit!
I hope she's not mad at me.
I wouldn't think so.
I've never seen her, ever seen her, never heard her talk. I don't. So
You didn't get to see her out at No Names, and she did the burnout in that van last year, the year before, whatever.
That's not Shop Cat.
Or who am I thinking about?
Kim
I didn't
fixes
go to the.
things.
I didn't go.
Oh,
to the
Kim
burnout.
fixes things. That's right. Shit.
Yeah.
Back asswards.
I didn't go to the burnout contest the first year.
Oh,
Yeah, we went 8 because I was like,
That was
I
when
felt horrible that day.
that's when the intake pipe blew off and the transmission said "See ya."
Yeah,
yeah.
Like damn it. We had literally just got there when that happened. I was like, oh, Dylan's getting ready to run. I run up there and it's like, "Pooh," and I'm like, uh-oh,
Yep.
I'm not gonna bother him right now.
if it pops off now, I've done broke the engine, the lid
Yeah.
off, the intake's blown off.
Right.
So did you put V bands on that or anything?
No, it's double
No,
O-ring
it's-
clamps.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's got an aluminum pipe now, not a rubber tube. I always wondered why guys did that, and then when I saw that happen, I'm like, that's why they do that.
I definitely need it with this next turbo for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah.
Some
That's-
kind of boost on my car. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. But
that clamp that broke was stripped. So
yeah, I
like,
remember
if
seeing
it
that.
if it was like a normal, like the clamp new, if I put a new one on it, it probably would have never blew. But it was
So our
stripped.
brother Jeremy, he's got a turbo small block he's building for his Catfish Camaro or Firebird he's got.
Nice.
And this car he's building is crazy cool. I just don't like the body.
Yeah, but the
Um,
chassis is freaking. It's choice. Like he's done a lot of good work on it.
Well, our other brother Stevie, he's built all kinds of different cars. He's got a 57 Chevy and all kinds of cool shit. And he's hardcore LS. Hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a couple real old school small blocks and he's taking them out and putting LSs in them.
Yeah.
So I'm about to put one on him and put a turbo on my car, on my small block.
I mean, look how fast those SRC people went with one. That's
Yeah.
all I
But
can say.
he keeps telling me that I can't make mine faster than his. And I'm going, they did before LS ever showed up.
Well, SRC. I mean, he's small blocking that truck, and the old man's going to have a small block in his car. So
Yeah.
There's
look
nothing
out.
wrong with the small block at all. It
They're
just
just
takes,
getting out of date. That's
it
it.
takes more money to make one the same
Well, you know
level as a
Speaking of
LS.
Chief, you know what Chief says about a small block, the original small block, the 1st
Mhm.
generation small block is they actually don't work well with turbos. He says they work better with nitrous. That's his theory. He was like, you want a turbo one, put it on an LS, But he says, then what's funny though is just, but on the other side of the coin, Billy only has like a 377 now instead of like a 420 inch or whatever it is, and that thing is stupid. I mean, it's stupid fast.
Yeah.
But then that Falcon, holy crap! And they have a bigger engine coming now that they're putting in it. That's an
Yeah.
LS. Yeah.
Well,
so
they got to the point to where these cars are like full chassis cars, or they're putting a few tenths on them, and
did you see his new car that he got?
that's a light son of a
That's
gun.
a badass Camaro he's got. Yeah.
Yeah, it's full pro mod. That's
Yeah, it's all there. Yeah, it's everything. But that's what they have to do to be
exactly.
competitive. You know.
Yeah, I don't blame them one bit. That's what the rules are changing into. That's what you got to follow.
The cool thing I like about the Falcon, and I read this years ago, is the Falcon. They started producing the Falcon in like 1960. Well, then when they started making the Mustang in 64, they put it on the same floor pan as the Falcon. Well, that floor pan, those dimensions actually carried all the way through to, when it was 2000. Whenever they came out with the big body Mustang, like 2014 or maybe earlier than that,
The Eleanor.
but literally the floor pan dimensions are the same from 1960 all the way until they came out with that retro style
No
Mustang.
shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
literally. So that Falcon, the guy that built that thing, who is a freaking genius, he had a Fox body, and I believe he wrecked it. But he had built all this adjustability into the suspension, like a 4-link with the stock, triangulated 4-link stuff. Well, then he cut the Mustang body off the floor pan, kind of like a Volkswagen. You just unbolt it, and then you bolt another body on and make it like a dune buggy or whatever. So he just took that Falcon body and stuck it on that Mustang. So it's interesting, it's how stuff has evolved, but then it really hasn't evolved. It's been around forever.
Right.
I mean, granted, the Falcon was a leaf spring car, and it only had like an inline 6 or whatever, but
I want to see some stock suspension stuff come back around because that's the way it started. And like when I first started watching the No Prep stuff, you could very easily find, a field of cars in the mid 5s, which is very obtainable.
Well, like when the Street Outlaw stuff started, you had Farm Truck with the old truck, and you had Varley with the Mustang, and you had a bunch of guys that are not around anymore, and I kind of miss that stuff. Like I wanted to go back to that,
It's because people tend to draw themselves to cars that look like cars.
Yeah, not Well, then
Pro
Chief and whoever had the Pro Mod, and then they finally ixnayed that. And I don't know if you guys were around, if you watched it when I was at Indy that year, that Chief actually tried to qualify that Pro Mod in Pro Mod.
Yeah,
but it didn't really actually fit the class because when they ran turbos, they were only allowed to run so much boost. So they had to limit the boost on it, and he couldn't qualify.
Nope.
Of course,
he was like
was
almost a full second slower.
But his engine's super small. He's not even 500 cubic inch. And those guys have got these giant ass engines, and they don't boost, but they got a whole lot of just inherent power from the big ass engines.
But yeah, that's just my opinion. I like cheap, and I like the competitiveness when the playing field's a little bit more close.
The thing I like about Chief is like he's like one of the old school guys. Like he knows all the tricks. He knows all the little things to bend. He knows, like he knows all that shit. But then he also knows like, well, I got to do all the old school stuff, but then here's the new school stuff that I got to spend all the money on.
You see the red Corvette he's building?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I like that car.
Yeah, that's cool. And then Jackie's dad's car, like that Nova or Camaro, whatever it was. That's a big bracket car. Yeah, that's a big fast bracket car is all that is.
That's what no prep started out. People getting bracket cars and putting, turbos and stuff on
Yeah,
them.
and then running them on the street, or just flat ass. Like the first time they raced Ohio, it was like the one guy that won the $1 million bracket race from Columbus, Ohio. And he just couldn't get it to go down the street because it was a freaking bracket car. It was like. Sorry, I got Facebook crap coming up.
It is 10:15.
Yeah.
I know, and
It creeped up fast.
I'm getting screwed at freaking work, so I'm gonna have to probably open the shop again in the morning. I woke up at like 3:30 this morning, couldn't go back to sleep, had a headache, and I honestly must have fell asleep about 15 minutes before my alarm went off, and I did not hear it. Of course, my wife works nights, and she was running errands this morning with wedding shit. She comes in the house like, you know what time it is? I'm like, I fucking don't know, So
I got to work at 8:05 this morning.
I got to work at like 8:45. I was late. And dude, traffic was horrible. The weather sucked.
Yeah. I got an hour commute, so I was there at 7. Well,
I normally go to work at
6:55.
7:30.
Well, from my house to the shop where Rob works, which I worked at for 22 years, it's 2 miles. And it
Yeah,
usually
5
takes us about
minutes.
5 minutes.
I would love that commute.
One I got now, I was like
I'd
17
walk.
miles. It takes me about 20 minutes, which, probably not the longest I've ever drove to work, but getting close. And it depends. Like if traffic's screwed up, then like I said, that weather was kind of gross.
Well, I take, let's see, 1, 2, 4 roads to get to my job,
Yeah.
but I have an hour commute.
Yeah. I take
It's a long haul, dude.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 roads to get to work. So yeah. And
I
one of
think
them is
2.
a bypass highway around Dayton. So, and it can be retarded, especially like
If I count my street that I live on, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Listen, don't brag.
Yeah.
Don't rub it in.
Well, I mean, the bad thing is, I used to drive 30 minutes for 9 years, 30
Out to the
minutes one
airport.
way.
Yeah. Yeah. He drove out to the airport.
And it sucked in the wintertime. It took 2 hours to get home.
Yeah, I believe that. Well,
Well,
this
it sucked
winter,
when you got there too, because you were there in the middle of the night and the fucking wind blowing across that airport. Oh, I remember that.
I'm lucky with this job. They told me, you don't feel like you can make it in, just stay home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sweet. And I'm salary, so, I'm not missing hours or anything. So it's not the worst job.
If I keep hurting my damn shoulder the way I keep doing, I'm going to be management.
I've been management this week. I ain't happy about it, but
That's why you're drinking.
yeah. Oh, I was so mad, dude. It's a long story. We'd have to sit around a fire and I can give you these stories. It's just bullshit what I've been dealing with for the last 2 years. It's just like,
Thursday.
Thursday. But I did get a really important phone call today about my new business that I'm starting. So I'm starting a mobile auto and RV repair. And believe it or not, the big, I don't really want to say the name of it, but we'll try and let's see the Camping Universe.
Yeah. I figured that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, those people actually called me today, so we're on the right track. So yeah.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw
Hopefully
this
you-
weird Texas number come up. I'm like, who the hell is this? And it said,
Now watch
RV.
out. He'll be the big NHRA sponsor.
Doubt that. I really don't care about the NHRA anymore, unfortunately.
Or maybe we'll get AHRA Camping World sponsored
There
coverage.
you go. Yeah, like my local track here has literally been NHRA since 1959, and they switched to IHRA. They'll be IHRA next year. So, yeah, going to be different. Going to be
Yeah,
really different.
it's-
Which we wanted them to do that a long time ago because, like, when we go down to Edgewater, we go to Tri-State, and they were IHRA. I'm like, man, it's so much better.
So buying the IHRA with shoot, what's his name?
Bader,
What?
Bill Bader,
No.
Larry Jeffers.
Jeffers owns it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get a number with it like you used to with the NHRA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the hell it is.
It cost a hell of a lot less than NHRA. I can tell you that right now.
Well, I bought it last year with Dallas when Dallas was doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
And
he
he
doesn't
sent out-
really require a number. That's kind of nice thing about that. But if you buy a membership from the IHRA, they'll give you a permanent number, which in all reality, they don't care either. They don't require a permanent number. So
I would almost rather have one.
the only reason the NHRA did that shit is so they could take your money and give it to the pro guys, which is
Yeah, it was.
been the problem for many years. So
Yeah. Well, Ed hasn't raced in a few years, right?
well, yeah, because he don't want to deal with that bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly
So-
what he told me.
Mhm.
And he said he's almost ready to sell, except
Well, you know,
Steph doesn't want to race at all.
when James goes to these big bracket races and stuff now, his
Mhm.
number doesn't count. They give him a number when he gets there.
No
They
shit.
give you a sticker. Yes, they give you a sticker with
Oh,
your
wow.
number on it because they don't want to deal with trying to figure out whose number is whose, whatever. It's like, no, this is your number. They give you a sticker, put it on your car.
That's probably
So-
not a bad thing, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And then, it's like when we used to go, well, you've done it, Dylan. You go down or time runs, they put, X12 or whatever on your car. Like, who gives a shit,
They just you throw whatever you want on the car, and then you put that on the tech card,
Yep. And that's it. Yeah.
and they send that to the tower. That's it.
So, like I said, NHRA they really took advantage of that over the last probably 25, 30 years. Like they just, yeah.
At some point,
Sportsman racers are the ones, and I'm not talking just bracket racers. I'm talking, all your comp eliminator, anybody but pro stock motorcycle, pro stock, alcohol and top fuel. They don't pay shit to go in a race. They get everything given to them, and then they get all the money. It's all the little guys from all the way up, the junior dragster, all of them. Like that, all that money that they get from all those people, that's how they fund that shit. And on top of that, sponsors, and they get all the money from the t-shirt sales. They took that from them a long time ago. The racers can't even sell their own fucking t-shirts. So that's the demise of and it's gonna eventually. I think it's gonna bite them in the ass.
yeah.
Once all these member tracks start saying "screw you, NHRA," and they're going to IHRA, and I hope they go to AHRA, and the MVDRA or whatever it is. What is it? The
There's PDRA.
PDRA. Once they're gonna snuff them out.
Yeah.
Because the big sponsors are gonna realize that, and they're gonna be like, nah, I don't really want to do that anymore.
Well, even if the IHRA gets really big, the AHRA will grow with it.
I hope so, man. I hope so. IHRA kind of went downhill for a long time, but I've noticed it here lately. It's really been making an uptick because they're concentrating on their racers and not their pro guys. I mean, they do. I'm not saying they don't, but there are.
Well, isn't IHRA? Is there actually like a pro category?
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah, they
paid
have
attention, to
pro
be honest
stock.
with you.
Yeah, they have. Their pro stock cars are super fast because they can run unlimited cubic inches. They can run nitrous. They've always been they've called them the mountain motor pro stocks. Now their alcohol and their fuel cars aren't as fast as NHRA because I honestly don't know why the technology's there. Maybe they just don't pay enough for them to be able to
I would
afford
say
that
that's
good
it.
shit.
'Cause, I mean,
You know.
running a fuel car is like insane.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But their pro stock cars are badass. Like you'll see 1,000+ cubic inch pro stock cars with nitrous on them. I mean, they are
Sub-Leonard.
yeah, they are wicked. Yeah. So. But anyway,
We've been going on for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
where in the wide world have you been, buddy?
Oh, I was playing Don the Butcher.
Did you get another one, or are you just finishing that one up?
No, my son got one.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Well, Ronnie got one Sunday, which is season open Saturday. He got one Sunday.
Nice.
Nothing to brag about, but you know, he should have stayed home.
It was deer.
That's right.
I brag.
And my son got one. My son Nate got one on Friday. This deer is a hog. There is too much fat on this deer. It's ridiculous. But
Well, it was nice seeing you, Don. Rob,
oh yeah, it's-
tell Jason, I said bye, hi,
Yeah,
whatever.
I will.
Um,
Thanks for
at
hanging
least
out,
I-
dude.
I can give you a fist bump on the way out.
Yeah. I gotta hit the hay so I can wake up in the morning.
I know. I got my alarm.
I have to here soon.
I only got about 10 or 15 minutes and I'm out. But I've been listening to you guys all night. I just didn't have time to say hello.
Night,
That's
Justin.
cool.
I'll see you there in the comments.
Good
Night,
night,
Jason.
everyone.
Y'all enjoy your evening. I'll see you guys
You
You
Thursday.
too, dude. Yes.
We'll be there Thursday. Thanks for stopping by, Don.
Well, Wendy just got home from work. She's like, if you're going to get on,
Damn.
she's like,
that was-
she knows I'm only going to be on here for about 10 minutes because I'm
Did she just
Yeah.
fall?
now the ice bucket dropped
Mm.
Oh,
or dispensed.
Jesus. That's a big ice bucket.
Now the
Like a fucking
microphone
camera.
picks up everything. Yeah, Jason. Wendy wants to know how you got home so fast from the mall. And
What's that?
that
It's 5 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
no, this is no. Wendy put up or tagged Jason in the video, I guess. So it's where it's a transvestite
Oh,
through the mall.
I saw that.
It looks just like him.
Wendy's like, look close. It looks just like him.
Yeah, that was a Halloween picture I put up, but I look just like my youngest daughter. It's hilarious.
I'm talking the video.
I know.
The face looks just
Wendy
like
can't
it.
get over it. She's watched that, 20 times in a row. It's like, really?
Did you get it?
It's
See
funny.
it yet, Jason?
What?
Did you see it yet?
Oh, I guess I didn't. No, is it
Oh
on
my
the
God.
is it on
It's
the
on
group?
Facebook.
Oh,
Is it on the
In
Facebook
group.
group?
It looks just
Yeah.
like Jason.
yeah. Where'd you put it? And he took it down,
I
or it
Send it
didn't,
to-
didn't show.
it's in his DIY. It's in
DIY.
your-
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, yeah. That's in Las Vegas. I've seen that person before. Actually,
It looks just
So
like
it took me 5 minutes to let me approve that to put it on our DIY page.
did it?
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh shit. Yeah, I
I'm like, I'm a
saw that.
freaking admin.
What are you doing? She said.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, if I was walking in heels, I would probably fucking eat shit. I'm just gonna let you know.
Well,
Tell him to watch it. Look it up close. It looks just like his face.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm watching it
Watch
right
it
now.
full screen. Watch it full
Yeah.
screen.
I'm like, that looks like Jason. I'm gonna send it.
Yeah.
Like I had.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere else too, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's something
I gotta
Wendy
get
would
a
do.
trash bag.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Later, Justin. Take it easy, dude. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Tell him as soon as I got home from work, I moved on from the computer and I had to show you guys.
And you're absolutely
when-
welcome back whenever you like, man. So, Don, did you hear Justin Billington right here? It's from the UK.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Well, I seen there it says 3:30. I'm assuming that's his time,
Yep.
which was be across the pond.
Yeah, so
3:30.
we got
3:30. It means I got another 45 minutes before my alarm goes off. You know how it is. You wake up, it's like, what time is it? It's like, oh, I got another 45 minutes.
Cool. Thanks, Justin.
What are you doing, girl? Playing peekaboo? Cat's over here going crazy.
Mine's avoided me tonight.
And he's not weird. No, Justin's cool as shit. He's got some good points, so definitely not weird.
Yeah, my cat's playing peekaboo. She jumps up in the ceiling here in the basement, and then she jumps down. And she looks at you like, "Hey!" And then she makes this weird crazy.
I don't have off work till Friday, so.
Yeah, we got till Saturday to go, slaughter some more.
Is it your gun season right now, Don?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started
Good night,
second week.
Justin.
We got till Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah, my son went out Friday. He's like, he just went out to hope to see something.
You got one?
He texted both my sons work third shift.
Oh, okay.
They got all day.
Mm-hmm.
My one son went out, and the other son texted him. He's like, "Did you see anything?" And he's like, "Just a squirrel." And that was at 10:16 in the morning, And he texted him back at 6:19, 10:19, and told him I got one.
Oh, wow.
So in a matter of 3 minutes, I didn't see nothing but a squirrel. I got one piled up over it. It can happen that fast. He was out for about 40 minutes. It's like, I love it when it happens that way.
Don, tell me, message me and said I need the garage keys. I said, well, I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm still in the woods. Well, why the hell you message?
Yeah, it's nice being productive this year. I haven't got one myself, but there's still lots of.
Oh, yeah, you got time.
All right. Well, I think I'm about to hit it.
We're keeping a running tab. Ron got a little one.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have come out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Ron's about 18 pounds, all his crap, or what he's got going. And the one my son Nate got, just cleaning the carcass, because it was hanging. I had to get it in the fridge, so I quartered it, cut the shoulders off of it and the back straps, and put that in the fridge. And what was left, we chunked into hamburger.
Heck yeah.
Which
That's
was
awesome.
11 pounds in itself. I still got to cut the front shoulders up yet. There's going to
Damn,
be
yeah.
another.
That's a monster.
Tell me the next.
Was it a buck?
Destroy Melvin.
No, huge doe.
Nice.
She was fat, man. She had to go at least $180. Because I was getting off work last Friday to go hunting, and it was supposed to rain in the afternoon. It's like, watching the radar and then saying he got that deer, and by the time he got it out of the woods into my house, he was 10 minutes into figuring out how to skin a deer.
Oh, nice.
So he had it down to the haunches.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to around the tail and
Right in the hole. Yeah.
it's like, get out of the way.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Which I don't mind. They all come to my house.
Yep.
I can hang 3 out here if I need to.
Tell you what, the first time I did it, I threw my guts up.
That's
It
only
smells so bad.
That's only on a gut shot or an F-150.
No, very first one I ever did, dude. It smells like rotten shit. Now it's not so bad. I got used to it, but the first time,
now that had to got into the stomach and contents and stuff like that. That's when it gets real bad.
dude, I threw up.
I remember when when the kids got some birds out at the youth hunt one time, and Brenna fucking double lung one of them birds, man. It was just everything. When I cleaned it, when I pull the legs up, pull the skin all off. Oh, that thing was full of blue, I don't know what, and it was so bad. It was nasty.
Throw
So
it back.
I let Steve clean all my pheasants now.
Yeah,
Even now, I'll take them to him
yeah,
because he can clean them in like 5 minutes.
yeah.
And
Well, he
they're
showed me how to do
perfect.
it. It literally takes no time at all.
Well, I let him cook them because if I cook them, they're too greasy and they're freaking disgusting.
I made stew with ours. It turned out pretty good.
Well, mine tastes too much like duck when I make mine. I let
They are
Steve
very
do it.
fatty.
He doctors it up, and it tastes great.
I can't find a lighter, honey.
Should be some right there on your
God
left.
damn.
I'm looking. I gotta look
Steve
under all
loves
these
the club.
tissues.
All right, I gotta get
Did you hear
off.
me, Jason?
All right. What?
Steve left the club.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Yep, sold his camper, gave me his patio,
Damn.
and on the way out the door, he wanted a fucking mushroom stand at the front door of the clubhouse, but he just
Yeah.
gave him a big middle finger and said, "Peace out."
Yeah, that place has went.
If I found another place to store the camper, I'd bounce.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
But
here in the
it's
next
cheap.
couple of years, I want to get a house down by Caesars Creek that's got a spot we can build a lean-to park campers under and stuff. It's such a pain to park it here. Like, you know how it is where I got the camper in now. It's retarded.
Can you imagine trying to park mine here at my house?
Oh, your house? Oh, hell no. Yeah. It wouldn't even fit. It's too, yeah. It'd be like parking mine at your house. It just ain't going to fit.
Well, my
Yeah.
driveway has too much freaking drop
Right.
on it.
It's too much lean. And even if you got up the axles on the flat spot, you'd be hitting the fence and then the nose would be hanging out of the gate. You know?
I live on a corner.
Yeah.
So living on a corner, I don't have an actual backyard. It goes,
And his driveway is-
150 feet.
You got
His
three
driveway is
side
really
roads.
steep. His driveway is probably 20 degrees for 100 feet, and then it levels off, for another 150 feet, and it's just too much.
Well, my
It lives on a
yard's
hill.
not deep; it's really long.
Yeah. He's got a big lot, but it's just set up funky, and he can't build a garage on it because they ran the goddamn gas line right underneath the whole thing, and
Can't they move it?
Oh, I
Yeah,
can.
well-
It cost
Well,
me
we wish-
$1,000 to move it.
we wish we would have known that because they ran the new gas line because they had to replace it because it's leaking. And it was right before he had the damn new driveway put in.
No, hold on a minute. When Fischel was here, I asked him, "Hey, instead of doing that, can we move it?" Well, that's not what we got sent here for. So
Right.
when I finally got the supervisor to call me back, I
They're
asked
already
him, I was just like, the job was already done. And I was just like, why couldn't we move that gas line? He's like, oh, we could have. I'm like, they told me that's not what they were here for. They had all the equipment here. There were zero reasons why they couldn't have moved that fucking gas line.
Sounds like a prick move.
Dick move.
That's why they no longer work for our gas company.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to fuck it up.
Yeah. So, but anywho, we'll let you go, bro. Don.
All right.
Yeah.
You headed
Sorry
out.
we couldn't
Good
chat
night,
longer,
gentlemen.
man.
I'll see you Thursday. Everybody take care. What the hell was
All
that?
right. He's barking at somebody. I don't freaking
Oh,
know.
okay. All right, guys.
It rattles
Take
the
it easy,
windows when he
Don.
barks.
Good seeing you, brother.
Night,
Later.
chat.
Dean,
Dean, Justin.
See you later, chat.
See
Colleen,
you,
Dean,
everybody.
Justin. We out.
That's it.